All right. Hello, everybody here.
Hey, hello everybody. How's it going? Hey,
I
Jason.
think I think we're doing really well, Roloff. I think we're doing really well. Good to see you. Good to see you, and good to see
Yeah,
so
good to
many viewers that we have on with us here. This is
yeah.
looking great.
Already 160. I see from my side, and I see
Yeah,
the comments is booming. Everybody's
absolutely.
commenting. Yeah, welcome everybody. It's good to be here.
Indeed. Indeed. I got to reposition myself so you guys can see my Carvera with me here. Hang on. There we go. That's a little bit better. But listen, thank you everyone for being here with us. We're super excited to kick this off. We'll start with some basic introductions. My name is Jason Erdreich. I'm the Education Director here at Makera. I get to oversee all of our training, our instructional content to get all of our viewers and users like you up to speed so that way you know how to use our machines and so you can find success with your own projects and things. And I'm, of course, joined tonight by my good friend, Roloff.
Yeah, all the way from South Africa. I am the user experience director for Makera and also handle tech support. And all the way from South Africa, I'm kind of the middleman between China and the US, which is our biggest customer base. So it's good to be here. It's good to have all of you people, and obviously excited to announce that that the pre-sale is officially open.
Yeah, indeed it is. But before we get to that, let's just go over what you can look forward to over the next hour. So Roloff and I are here to officially kick off and launch the pre-sale for our brand new machine, the Carvera Air. And in addition to showing you how you can get hands-on with the Carvera Air, we're going to look at all of the features. This is our production spec model. He and I have been working with it for the last few weeks, doing some rigorous testing with the team, and our team's online with us too. So in addition to Roloff and I walking you through all these great features, talking about how to use the Carvera Air, our team's also with us. They're keeping an eye on the chat. So we're going to answer as many of your questions as we can as we kick off this launch. And we also have a couple super special and exciting giveaways where we're giving away prizes like fourth axis, modules, laser engravers, and even a Carvera Air. So stick around because that's all to come throughout tonight. So lots of great things. If you haven't already, I see the comments in the chat is super alive, which is fantastic. Keep that up. We'd love to learn where you're coming from across the world. As you just heard, we're also coming from South Africa. I'm in the United States on the East Coast by New York City. And like I said, we have our team from Beijing and all over the world with us here online as well. So we'd love to learn where you're coming from too. If you just want to say hello. And also, as mentioned, please continue to ask questions in the chat. We'll be able to pull some of those questions up. And again, our team is here to answer your questions throughout the evening. With that, I think, Roloff, are we ready to show how this pre-sale goes? Can you walk us through what that looks like?
Yeah, let me show you. So let me share my screen over here. So this is our website. We've just updated the website. So you can actually go to our store, to the Carvera dropdown over here, and you can add to cart and you can actually purchase the machine right now. So it actually just went live. So obviously, the quicker you are in purchasing, the quicker you get your machine. So yeah, and another big feature that we have here is a discount code that you can click on this discount coupon code where you can actually get another discount on top of the 2099, where you can actually buy the machine with the voucher for $18.99 US. So everything is live. We have just launched, and so if you guys are ready, go for it. The store is open, and we're waiting for your orders, and we're ready for it.
Yeah, and I think what we have to do here, right, is if you want the discount code or the discount voucher, you can buy the voucher first. And I know that a lot of our viewers already have. Some of you, I think, took advantage of the $300 off before that went out of sale. And we are running low on the $200 off too. But I think if you buy that voucher code, you'll get the code that you can then discount off of your Carvera as you check out with that too. And some important dates, you'll see that the Carvera Air is on sale for $2,099 US. That is our pre-sale price. That's going to continue early into the new year, so not that much longer. So definitely take advantage of that if you're interested. The vouchers are only on sale until midnight. That's Eastern time, so 12 a.m. Eastern time, and then the vouchers will no longer be available. So the pre-sale price is going to extend for a little bit longer, but the vouchers, they're going to disappear in just a couple hours. So if you're thinking about the vouchers, it's time to move on those before they're out of stock.
Yeah, and they are limited stock, like he said. So jump on it, obviously as soon as possible, because the longer you wait, the longer you're going to wait to get your machine.
Yeah, absolutely.
So listen, Jason, Yeah, just give us a background of what this machine is. I think some people might be new, some people might be experienced. I think we have a whole range of people we're dealing with. So maybe just a background of what this machine is.
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm going to take over the screen here, Roloff, and I'm going to bring me in so you guys can see the machine a little bit better. So this is the Carvera Air, which is a desktop CNC machine. It's the smaller and sister machine to our Carvera, which has been out for a number of years, which we have over 2,000 of those out in the world. And CNC machines is kind of a generic term that can describe a lot of different types of machines. The Carvera and the Carvera Air are milling machines, and that uses a subtractive manufacturing process to remove material. So for example, you might put in a solid block of bronze like this, or wood or carbon fiber or whatever, and the machine will actually carve away and remove material to manufacture your part. So it's kind of the opposite of 3D printing, which is additive, where material is added to make your part. And the benefit of that, as you'll see throughout tonight, is you can put in metals like this, you could put in woods like this, you can put in just about any material that you'd like to work with. And as you'll also see, the Carvera Air is super versatile, offering a laser engraving module too. So it's a really versatile machine to put in your space. We're excited about the competitive price point that the Carvera Air is being able to offer and how easy we've made it to use, which you're going to get to see over the next hour. But listen, I think you've heard enough from me at the moment. What I want to do is I want to transition to an interview that we had with Josh Jang, Makera's CEO and founder. And he told us about why he's so excited about the Carvera Air. So let me get that playing for you folks so you can hear directly from Josh.
Hello everyone, I'm Josh from Makera. Welcome joining the Carvera Air pre-sale live stream, and good luck with the giveaways. As a group of veteran makers, the Makera team started by sharing the common interests on model aircrafts, drones, robotics, and electronics. About 10 years ago, we were introduced to desktop digital fabrication tools like CNC machines, 3D printers, and laser cutters, and we were instantly hooked. These tools fundamentally expanded the scope and capabilities of what we can make. We can hardly imagine how fast, how precise, and how beautifully we can create almost anything. The only limit is our imagination. CNC machines have been developed in the industrial sector for decades, but remain rarely used in DIY community. Unlike 3D printing, which has limitations in material precision and strength, CNC milling can process almost any material with high precision while retaining the original strength. We were thinking, why there are no CNC machines that is smart, precise, easy to use, that anyone can learn and use? 3D printing used to be a difficult industrial process, but now anyone can use a desktop 3D printer. But for CNC, that kind of machine doesn't exist, so we decided to make our own. Our mission is to democratize precision manufacturing by creating innovative, user-friendly, and accessible CNC solutions. We aim to empower makers, hobbyists, and professionals alike to bring their ideas to life, breaking down the barriers of traditional manufacturing with advanced yet easy-to-use tools. Back in 2021, we launched our first product, Carvera Desktop CNC, on Kickstarter, introducing features like automatic tool changing, auto probing and leveling, force-axis machining, and laser engraving, all in a compact desktop machine. We raised over 1.7 million from more than 500 backers, becoming the most funded CNC project on Kickstarter at that time. Since then, we have sold thousands of Carvera machines worldwide. Meanwhile, we have been listening to an increasing number of voices from CNC beginners who hope for a more accessible solution to lead them into the world of CNC. That's why the idea of Carvera Air was born, a machine that combines the core strengths of our latest technology with enhanced manufacturing and production ability, more affordable but without compromising on performance. It features quick tool changing, auto tool setting, all-in-one die-cast frame, a force-axis module, and a laser module. We are presenting a revolutionary machine for a wide range of creators. With the launch of Carvera Air, we are incredibly excited about the possibilities the machine opens up for creators everywhere. Its portability and versatility makes it suitable for a wide range of applications, from prototyping to personal projects. What excites me most is the idea of seeing how our users will innovate with it, creating things we haven't even imagined yet. It's always inspiring to witness how our machines empower others to turn their ideas into reality. We can't wait to see what you will create with Carvera Air. Thank you.
All right. So again, that was the CEO and founder of Makeera, Josh Zhang. And really, Makeera is just an organization of incredibly talented and passionate makers like myself, like Roloff, like all of you. And the Carvera Air is just the latest and most exciting product to get out there to allow you to create and innovate, which is really fantastic. And listen, one thing that Josh mentioned there was that the Carvera, the first CNC, started as a successful and ambitious Kickstarter campaign, raising over $1 million. And Roloff, tell us how the Carvera Air launched and how that got out into the world as well, if you don't mind.
Yeah, it was quite big. Our second product that we launched, it was fully funded in May of this year, and we had just over 2,000 backers to back this project. And obviously, because we had the Carvera already launched, we had the people behind us. We had people that's already using our machines and know what the capability is and how well it works and the reliability of our machines. So due to that, we actually raised 3.5 million on this new project. And with that, we have opened a whole new factory space for the production of this, for the mass production of these machines. And it's absolutely incredible to see. I'm going there on Sunday to actually go see the factory. I think I'll shoot some videos about how this machine gets in detailed assembled and just go see every part of every corner and everything. You know, I kind of want to understand exactly how this thing gets put together. So if there's anything that could go wrong, I'll know exactly what to do. So the Kickstarter is the base of everything here. But the people in China as well that's building this machine, so they are so passionate about what they're doing. They're passionate about making things. They just like me and you. You know, we like to make things. We like to create. We like to build. And then Makeera is the era of makers, and that's exactly what they're doing there. They're so smart in what they do. Robotic engineers and just hobbyists in general. And I can relate to that because I'm also in that same field. So it is so great to be part of this company and have a Kickstarter be so successful. We are so excited to just to be part of it.
For sure. And thank you to all of our viewers, you know, because I think a lot of the viewers of the 244 folks that are with us now, some of you might be our Kickstarter backers too. So thank you for making with us as you go here. And, you know, we do have a factory tour coming up later in this, in our live stream. So we'll show you some sneak peek clips of how the Carvera Air production is underway, because it is underway. In fact, the first batch of machines is already out in the world. So exciting things coming out there. Listen, Roloff, why don't we talk about some of the technical details? Why don't we share some of those specs that we got going on here so folks can understand what this machine can really work with?
I'll just run through some basic specs. Everything is online on the website. You can see everything on there. But just the work area for the 3-axis for this machine is 30 centimeters by 20 centimeters on Y, and then about 13 centimeters high. Work area of the 4th axis is just under 10 centimeters. And in length, it's 20 centimeters long. The weight of the machine is about 30 kgs. But it's quite an awkward thing to lift, you know. So to put it on a table, you're probably going to need 2 people. I think if you're very strong and you go to the gym,
for my folks in the States, that's about 66 pounds or so. So that's it's pretty.
Oh yeah. Sorry, you're just going to have to translate into
you're doing fine. That's right.
into the inches as well. The spindle power is 200 watt, and the spindle RPMs is maxed at 13,000 RPMs. Collet sizes range from 3 mil, 3.175, 4 millimeters, 6 millimeter, and quarter inch. And then spindle runouts is 3/10,000ths of an inch. Motor resolution is also 2/10,000ths of an inch. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. Please correct me, Jason.
Doing great.
I talk in millimeters. And the rest of it's just closed loop stepper motors on this machine. and we have the 4th axis drive, which is we're excited to also mention, with a harmonic drive, which is a but we will go into a lot more detail when we talk about all the specific parts.
Yeah, for sure. Roloff, why don't you take a second to answer this question I'm going to throw up on the screen there, asking about what is actually included with the machine when they buy it, like tools and clamps.
Yeah. So your general tools that will be included will be to do your example, all your example projects. And yeah, you've got the toolbox right there. So it's a whole kit.
Right.
There you can see there's clamps, so you can clamp down material stocks. We also include the screws for all the mountings that you need to put, and the bits as well for you to do some general machining for the examples. But these bits are also very versatile, so you can use that for many different projects, things like that. And obviously, if you need more bits, things like that, that's also available on the store. You can purchase from us that directly. But our bits is not machine specific, so you can use any general bits you can find locally, wherever you are, as long as it fits the collet that's mounted in the machine, which is quite important.
Right, absolutely. And now I think, let's get hands-on with this. I think it's time that we start to show some of these features. So I'm going to start by showing how the lid works. It's a pretty clever design that allows it to fit in a more compact way. And then Roloff, I might bring you back on to talk and answer some questions about dust collection and air assist and things like that.
Yeah.
Some folks are asking those things. So I'm going to go full screen here, folks, so you can see the air a little bit better. So we have, it's a fully enclosed machine, which allows it to be more safe to operate in a tighter space, like a classroom setting, or just a smaller maker space. It really keeps any dust and things like that contained, although there is a dust collection option port that Roloff's going to show you in a minute. But the lid's kind of clever here. So the lid, which can detect if it's open or closed, which means that you can set it to automatically stop when the lid is open, which again is great for a public space. It opens initially like a normal lid, where it comes outwards like this, but then it actually slides back on a track. So instead of coming all the way up and almost doubling the height of the machine, which would be difficult if you had it below a shelf like I do here, it actually slides, which makes it really easy to slide in and out, open and closed, and there's some magnet latches down here that actually keeps it nice and secure as it goes. So a really clever, super easy to use lid design that again allows this to be a more compact machine despite its larger machining work area, as Roloff just mentioned. And I'm going to hand the stage over here to Roloff in just a minute, because he's going to walk through a few other really cool features on the actual Carvera. Roloff, are you ready to go with that?
Yeah, let's go.
All right.
So, sorry if you heard a little noise. I just put on my air compressor for a second because I just want to show you the air compressor too. So that's linked to. I'm just putting on this cam so you can actually see the machine. Let me just change my mic over here as well so you can hear me if I'm away from my microphone. There we go. Can you hear me?
Yep, you sound great.
That's great. Okay. So, I've got this nice little trolley so I can actually rotate the machine. I can show you exactly how this works. I think I'm going to start with the air assist. So at the back of this machine, this is like a nice side view too. Maybe I'll just recap the lid. You can see it from the side. So this is exactly how it works. It hinges back and then you move it forward and you close the lid. It's as simple as that. And there's also nice space saving, just like Jason just explained. So the lid is quite, it's quite cool too, because you can see from the side as well. You can kind of get some nice angles of what you're actually milling on the machine. Moving on to the back over here, the air inlet is as simple as just plug in an 8mm tube and just putting it into the hole. And I've already just connected there. I do have some air compressor, and then you have this blue little knob over here, which if you turn it, you can control the outlet of air. So you can kind of see.
Yep. I think we'll show a closer shot.
We can do a close up of that. Yeah. Let me just close that again. And then another big feature, I think, for some people that will use this machine for longer jobs, in case you have maybe a longer piece of project that you're going to do like this, you can actually mount the stock through the machine. So if I do a side view, it actually passes right through the machine at the back. So if there's a project or something that's on the longer side, we can support that. which is quite a nice feature. It doesn't come open, so there's just 6 screws you have to remove, and then you can use that feature to extend the range of your stock. And then the external dust collection, sorry, let me just touch on that too. So there's an outlet at the back here. There's no internal dust collection, so it's actually an external dust collection. So I've got a little Makita hooked up here. So basically, I just 3D printed a little nozzle here, and that'll go, depending on what pipe you use or what vacuum you use, you'll just put that in there, and then you plug that into the one side, and you plug the opposite one into your external dust collection. And then on the inside, if I move back this way, on the inside, you have a dust foot, this guy over here, which is magnetic. So it's also quite easy to remove, and it makes ease of access is quite important. So you can just pop this into its position, and then you can put in the vacuum hose, and then you're ready to run. If you're linked up to the vacuum, you're ready to run your dust collection. So these are just some basic features. I don't know if there's anything that I missed there, Jason. Yeah, the air assist, the vacuum, and the pass-through. So these are just the basic features. There's many other things we can talk about, we can go on about, but just to keep it simple for now, I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to hand over to Jason to talk a little bit about the tool changes.
Yeah, I think we have some cool questions here going on. So I'm going to bring us in on this nice close-up view. First off, some folks want to see the dust shoe a little bit closer. So as Rolf just showed, the dust shoe is magnetic. So it simply locks right onto the spindle, and you can easily remove the dust shoe. And if I hold this side up to the camera, you can see the magnets right here. And then when you're not using the dust shoe, you can simply lock the hose pipe into that clamp. With the hose pipe out of the way, you can see this little blue knob here. This is the knob that Rolf was adjusting for the air pressure. So if you put your air compressor air line in, then you have this knob here that you can twist to adjust your air pressure depending on what you're doing. And we'll show you how that could hook up for like the laser engraving module in just a little bit. Now, one of the most clever aspects of the Carvera Air is its tool changing method. Now, traditionally with a non-automatic tool changing CNC, which is very common, the automatic tool changer in the Carvera is rather unique. You need to use a wrench system to actually change the tools. And in case you're not familiar with what I'm talking about here, this video shows a traditional router where you need to use a series of wrenches to get your bit in and out of your CNC machine, right? But with the Carvera Air, no wrenches are needed at all whatsoever. You'll see that we have this handle on the side, and this handle is what opens up and unlocks the collet rather than needing a wrench. So if I want to load a tool, I can simply lower this handle down like so, take and carefully insert my tool into the collet down here, and then raise the handle. And now that bit is fully installed and inserted. And if I want to do a tool change, which will not happen automatically, but the machine will pause automatically. So in your CAM software, if you say, I need to do a tool change, and we'll demonstrate that when we machine something in just a few minutes here, it will pause and it will actually notify you that a tool change is required. So I simply open up my machine, pull this handle down, and grab another tool and insert that like so. So it's a very quick, very easy, toolless tool change, which is, I think, one of my personal favorite features and one of the most unique features about why this is such an intuitive and easy to use machine. And something else that you'll notice, maybe if you can see it, is we're using the same bit collars, this little black piece of plastic here, the same bit collars that we use on the Carvera. The bit collar is not required. However, it does allow you, it allows you to ensure that you don't insert the bit not far enough. So the bit collar can act as a stop when you insert the bit into the spindle of your CNC. And those bit collars can be installed using the collar installation tool, which is this guy, which comes in your tool kit. And as Rolf said earlier, the bits are not proprietary. So you can buy bits from anywhere. We, of course, sell bits for a wide range of materials. You can also remove the collet in the spindle and instead install a collet for larger bits or even smaller bits. So for example, if I want to use this 1/4-inch drill bit, I could simply remove this collet and I can handle anything from 3 millimeters all the way up to 6.35 millimeters, which includes 1/8 inch to 1/4 inch in US standard size. So it's a really easy to use spindle. It's one of our favorite features, I think. And it's just such a super simple and intuitive way to get your tools in. But something else I saw a lot of folks ask about, and it kind of goes along with the tool change, is how does the probe work, right? How does the actual wired probe work? So I saw somebody ask earlier, does the probe come with the Carvera Air? And it does, it's standard. So you do get a wired probe with the Carvera Air. And Roelof, why don't you talk us through it here? I'm going to show a little video clip of us operating the probe. And if you want to just kind of explain what the probe does for a user, I think that would be really helpful.
Yeah, let's do that. I think it's quite a neat feature. So to take it out, to insert it, it's obviously you use the automatic tool changer. You insert it like this by just pulling this lever down, and to remove it, same action. And then what this does is when it is loaded, it'll actually do a tool length detector. And then it will detect that tool length. And then what it does after that, it'll scan the margin. Now you can see a small little laser that is pointing exactly the outline of your project. So in that case, you can make sure that it's not going over any brackets or there's any collisions. You can kind of avoid it by looking at that laser. Then it'll do like a Z probe, which is just touching the top of the material. That sets your Z height to 0. And then also another feature, I can pause on that. Let me just go back a second here. So if it probes for that second, that did the Z probe. So now it detects the height of the stock. So that sets your job to Z0. And then after that, it will do a whole leveling map. So this can be useful for many reasons. If you want to flatten your stock, obviously that's the main reason for it. But if you have a curved surface of something, and you want to curve maybe an engraving on a curved surface, you can use this probe to actually map that surface so your 2D can actually warp to that curved surface. So right. It's quite a neat feature that can be useful in many ways. And also the scan laser also to avoid any collisions or things that you see that might have been done wrong in the cam side. And then so it's such a cool feature. And then something else you can also put in this tool changer. Maybe Jason, you can just hit us what that is.
Yeah, sure. So something else that you can work with in the event that when the wired Z probe doesn't do the job, where let's say, for example, you're working with a piece of stock that you are not only concerned about the Z, but perhaps the X and the Y. So if you are working with a two-sided product, or if you want to flip your stock over, you also get a manual and more traditional XYZ probe. And this is super easy to set up in the Carvera controller app, which is what you see right now. And essentially what you can do is use a conductive probe here, which will actually detect X, Y, and Z to find not only the height of your stock, but also to find the edges too, which again, as I mentioned, is really handy if you are not necessarily working with like a warped piece of stock. That's really ideal for the wired probe that Roelof just said. But when you're working with a piece of stock that you actually want to flip and reorient, so that way if you don't get it perfectly squared up when you fix it back down, then it's going to allow you to make sure that you're nice and aligned. So both of those items come directly with the Carvera Air as standard. They're not accessories, although we do recommend that you sometimes order extra wired probes, because one of the first and most common introductory error mistakes is if you accidentally crash your probe into a clamp or a vise, and snap it. That does tend to happen. I think that's one of our more common customer support things we work with. So buying a spare probe is always easy to do, and it comes in a nice little kit like this. And I also want to point out that the probe also comes with shank diameters too. So if you did change to a 1/4 inch spindle shank, or a 3 millimeter or a 6 millimeter spindle shank, the probe diameter shank will also change. So you can continue to use the wired probe, even if you change your collet spindle. Now, I think it's an exciting time because we're going to get to my other super favorite accessory. And my other super favorite accessory to talk about is the laser engraving module. And in addition to showing you what the laser engraving module is, as I pull up this nice little video clip here to show you, we are also going to be giving a laser engraving module away as part of our giveaway series here. So the laser module is an add-on, which is $119 on sale right now in the pre-sale, or $149 US. And as you can see here, you can attach the laser engraving module like a tool. So it loads just like a bit. And you can use this diode laser, it's a 5-watt diode, to engrave a lot of different materials and even cut some soft materials, like cutting, for example, fabrics, like this piece of soft fabric here. Now, because it loads like a tool, you can use your probe that we just showed you to figure out the Z height of your stock. So the focal length will automatically be adjusted by using the probe. So the probe will determine the height of your stock, and it'll determine if it's warped or anything like that. After the probe is done, you can load the laser, just like you're seeing here, which inserts directly into the spindle collet, making it perfectly aligned. So you don't have to calibrate it, you don't have to align it. It automatically centers and aligns and plugs directly into the head of the CNC, just like this. And it even has an air assist system that hooks right up to the air nozzle. It will then measure the height of the laser and automatically adjust that based on the focal length. And this is sped up here, but you can see you can engrave softer materials like this using the diode laser. You can also cut softer materials depending on what they are, like papers, fabrics, felt, things like that. And this will allow you to go ahead and engrave or cut with laser functions on your CNC. And as mentioned, what this really does is it just adds to the versatility of what you can create with your Carvera Air. I love seeing some really versatile projects like what it showed in the video, like for example, creating custom PCBs where the silkscreen layer can actually be engraved with the laser by curing a silkscreen mask using the diode laser, which is really fantastic. Or, you know, you may be familiar with lasers, and you may be familiar that they can't machine through very thick material. Well, because this is a CNC mill, it can machine through very thick materials, right? So you might machine a very thick piece of wood like this with your milling head and then engrave it with the laser. So you can do a hybrid project where you are milling and laser engraving all in one with a simple tool change. Like, for example, this nice little wood character of my dog here that I laser engraved of my dog, but it's made out of almost 1.5 inch pine there. So a really thick piece of wood that was cut using my milling function and then engraved with the laser function. Now, if I haven't won you over, hopefully you are now, because I think it's time to give one of these lasers away. So Roelof, I'm going to hand it over to you to do our first giveaway.
Yeah, let's see how this goes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen over here. This is a giveaway tool. So we currently have just over 300 people on the stream. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to type in here hashtag laser. And now I'm going to say start collecting comments. Now what we're doing now is in the comment section here, you have to type in hashtag laser to win the laser.
Let's go, folks.
Okay, there we're already going there. Entries 4. Okay, so it's happening. It's working. Okay, we're going.
There we go.
We'll give it a few. Maybe like a minute or so.
Check your spelling. It's got to be spelled exactly like it is on the screen in order to be eligible for the prize here.
Yeah. 115, 117 entries. 130.
Now, you're doing well. Here we go. The laser module. Let me grab one so you guys can see it here. It's a pretty cool tool, right? So pretty sweet module here that mounts just like a tool, all fully enclosed like that with your laser protective cover at the bottom. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's always still recommended to use the laser glasses. That's also included with the kit. So always just be careful. It is a laser. So always be careful when using the laser.
Of course, and actually, I think I don't know if we mentioned it yet, but if we know that some of you might be new to these concepts. After tonight, we hope that you check out our wiki site and our YouTube channel, because we have so much introductory content on how to operate CNC machines safely and a lot more content on the way. So if you want to learn more, tonight is not the only night. It's just the first night of your CNC journey. Yeah. All right, Roelof, I think we're getting a lot of repeat customers here. I think it's time to draw and see who won our first giveaway.
Yeah, let's do it. So it's 177 entries. Let's draw.
Should I do a drum roll?
Fern.
All right.
Our first winner is Fern. Congratulations, Fern. So what you're gonna have to do is just screenshot your YouTube details, an account, and then just email us at info@makehero.com to redeem your prize. Congrats, Fern. So that's our first giveaway. Obviously, guys, stay tuned. There will be much bigger giveaways.
We're just getting warmed up here.
Maybe we'll just recap. Maybe some people jumped in the call a little bit later. The pre-launch of the Carvera Air is live. So you can actually go onto our store and you can purchase the machine today. It is just launched for the price of $2,099. And if you can also add a discount voucher to that. So please stay tuned. There will obviously be more giveaways here.
Yeah, indeed. Again, absolutely. And our next giveaway that's coming up in just a little bit here will be a 4th axis. So that's giveaway 2. So keep you on your toes, folks. We'll let you know when it's ready to do the next giveaway. It's not now, and you don't know the keyword yet. So stay tuned. We'll start doing the next giveaway in a little bit. But before we get into our next giveaway, Rolf, I think it's time to show the design process of how to actually manufacture. I think we've done a good job of showing a lot of the different types of projects you can do. But a lot of our viewers right now are asking about the software side of things and actually how to manufacture. So we're going to manufacture a project with you right now, live. So let me pull up a really important program called CAM software. And before I do, again, some of you I know might be new to these concepts. CAM, C-A-M, stands for Computer Aided Manufacturing. And that describes the type of software that's used to prepare your design for manufacturing with CNC machines. And you may be familiar with another term called CAD, C-A-D, Computer Aided Design, which is where you might design your models. And there's a wide range of CAD programs out there, from 3D modeling software like SolidWorks or Onshape, Tinkercad, etc., Fusion, right? And then there's also two-dimensional CAD softwares like Adobe Illustrator or Inkscape or Corel, and lots of great different design programs. So that's where you might design your model, or where you might find an existing model online. And then you bring that model into CAM. And CAM is where you actually tell your Carvera Air or whatever CNC machine that you're working with, whether it's a mill or a laser 3D printer, how it's going to manufacture. What material is it? What bits are you going to use? And creating all your toolpaths. And like the Carvera Air is compatible with just about any CAM software you want to use. So we have existing profiles coming out for the big names that you might be familiar with, such as Fusion 360, VCarve, Kirimoto, SolidWorks, CAM, SolidCam, MasterCam, and many more, which you can find more information about on our wiki site. But we've also recently created MakeCam. MakeCam is designed to be the most intuitive and straightforward CAM software, at least we think so. We know that a lot of our users are coming in from 3D printing, and we want to make CAM as easy as possible. So it's currently in public beta. It's free to all of our customers. And if you're not a customer yet, but you want to try MakeCam, you can email us for a free trial so you can give it a try. And it allows you to prepare your designs for the Carvera or the Carvera Air in the simplest and most fast way that you can, at least we think so. And we have a lot of great tutorials on that, as I'm about to walk you through right now. So let me pull up MakeCam and a design that I have here. All right. So this is MakeCam public beta. And we actually have a huge update coming to MakeCam in December. So stay tuned. Right now in MakeCam, you can import 2D files like this. So this is just a two-dimensional design that I've created, a little Carvera Air tag, if you will. But coming in December, you'll be able to also import three-dimensional files like STL files, and also do 4th axis machining in MakeCam. At the moment, we have the two-dimensional design features like this, and also the ability to manufacture with PCBs. And we have lots of great YouTube videos on that. Now, you can import a file in a wide range of file formats. So for example, I can import an SVG or DXF file, which is what this was. But you can also import a picture right into MakeCam. And you can prepare that picture for manufacturing by simply doing an automated trace. Now, I'm not going to run through the whole thing right now for the sake of time, but we do have the tutorial video on how to create tags like this on our YouTube channel. That's a little bit more extensive. You can check out. What I want to show you are the paths. Now, the paths are what tells your CNC, like the Carvera, what it needs to do to actually go ahead and manufacture. And that's what these white lines are. So I'm going to open up this path that I've created. And the toolpath allows me to choose what depth I want to cut. So for example, I want to machine this at 0.2 millimeters. So that's how deep I'm machining. And you may also notice in the top left corner, I've already set my stock. That's what we call material, to be plastic and the size that I'm working with. So that's an important step. And I can also select my bit. And we've preloaded MakeCam with every tool that we provide. So any tool that you'll see that you can get from us, you can find not only the tool, but also the correct feeds and speeds for all the different materials that that tool is compatible with. I saw some users asking earlier, can it machine metal and things like that? Absolutely. And Makera CAM makes it pretty easy to see that this bit is compatible with aluminum or copper. But if I were to go to this bit, you'll notice that it's not. So it helps you kind of make sure that you're picking the right bit for the job. After I do that, I can adjust the speeds and feeds if I wanted to, which may or may not be needed depending on what you're doing, and also assign the tool number. Now, the tool number is the order that you want to use the tool. So for example, we talked about tool changes earlier. If I want to use this tool first, I set it to be tool 1. There's some other settings which we're not going to get into right now, but what it does is it essentially prepares this toolpath, this pocket to machine this logo that I've already prepared earlier. I then have 2 other toolpaths, and instead of machining the pocket, which is kind of clearing out a big cavity here, it cuts the outer perimeter. So this toolpath here is what machines my little hole for my keyring. And this toolpath here is what actually cuts the tag out of the material as we go. So with 3 toolpaths and 2 tool changes, because this is using the V-bit and this is using another tool, this is using a different type of tool to actually cut the part out, we should be able to manufacture this tag out of what we call bicolor stock material. And that bicolor stock material looks like this, where one side will be, metallic or blue or red or whatever it is, and then the other side is a contrasting color. So that way, when you machine through the surface, you get a really nice tag design. It's used a lot in sign industries. You've probably seen signs like this in public spaces. A lot of these types of products are made with CNC machines. So that was a crash course on CAM. Rolf, do you want to walk us through how to get that CAM design onto the Carvera Air?
So we're jumping over to my computer now, and my computer is linked up to the machine via a Wi-Fi network. So, but just to give you the background of the controller itself, so this is the controller. This is a visual window of what the toolpath looks like. So this is the green lines is exactly what the toolpath is going to do. If you click on this window, you can see how the tool follow exactly each toolpath. Over at the top here, let me go to full. At the top here, you can see that. So there's 2 different tools we're going to use in this example. There's a V-bit to do the detail engraving, and then there's an NMIL, which is going to do the outside cut. Now I'm not going to go into too much detail of the controller now. We'll have videos online for that on our YouTube channel. So I'm not going to go into too much detail. Let's actually start milling this thing. So I'm going to go to the run window over here, and I'm going to set my config. So this L shape over here is actually the L shape that's on the machine currently, and your anchor point 1 location is in that corner, inside corner of that bracket. So I'm just going to set my offsets to 0 over here. I'm going to activate the scan margin to see if there's any collisions, or that, so it can actually just outline my part. I'm going to activate the Z probe to get the top of the stock height, and then we're going to do auto leveling as well. Okay, it's not a very big part, so I'm just going to go to 3 points in X and 3 points in Y. So you see like that. Okay, now I'm going to head over to my machine cam. Let me just go here first. So I'm gonna hit run. So I know the tool 2 is loaded now. So I'm gonna hit run on here. And now the machine is moving. So it's asking me to change the tool. So let me go to this cam, and I'm just going to change the tool to the probe. So it's basically just this lever like Jason explained, just this lever. I'm actually going to take off the dust foot now just for display purposes. And then I'm going to add the wireless probe in here. And then you can either go from the controller or you can go from the machine. You just hit the top button. It's loading the probe. Now it's going to do the tool length detection. You have to always also make sure that area is clean. If there's any dust or things that's in the way, it's obviously going to affect your Z height levels. And you also have to make sure that the stock is secured well enough. For this material, I just use double-sided tape. Sure. But if you're using like a thicker stock material, you'll actually use brackets to mount it to the machine bed. And I've also have this little MDF, which is quite a cool feature. I put a full MDF over the whole bed, So if I mill something and I mill into the bed, I'm not milling into the black MDF bed, which is the machine bed. So
Well,
what it's
do you have a closed cam that we can switch to so they can see that?
I do.
There we go. So this is now showing that probing sequence here, and they can get a good view of that that MDF bed you were pointing to. I should point out that that MDF bed does come with the Carvera Air. We give you a couple MDF spoil boards right out of the box, and of course you can order more because they are wear and tear items.
Yeah. So now it's just doing an auto leveling.
The probe is also included. I keep on seeing a lot of folks are asking. So yes, the probe is included with the CNC as well.
Yeah. So I think we just missed the laser on the camera there, but it basically just did an outline of where that border is going to be. And now it's just finishing the auto level. And then it's going to go back. And now I'm going to add the V bit. My controller has called that I need to change to tool 1. So what I'm going to do, let me see if I can do the cam here. You can see me tool change. So I put the probe back in its place.
And as you do that roll up, I don't know, folks, if you can see, but you'll notice that the LED light bar above the CNC is flashing just a single light. That tells roll up that he needs tool number 1. So that's actually one light flashing for his first tool, which is pretty cool.
So then I just hit the button at the top again, and now it's going to detect that tool length that I just applied, and then we're going to do the engraving. So let me go back to close-up cam. You can see the bit in the corner there. For display purposes, I'm keeping the lid open. Obviously, it's always recommended to keep the lid closed, but just for this small part, you should be okay.
Yep, there we go. Now, I'm getting somebody just asked a really good question here that they want to know how often do you have to change the base plate? And Rolf, I'm just going to hit mute on your mic here real quick. So they want to know how often you have to change the base plate, which is a really cool question that you just asked here, and I'll show it on the screen. Yeah, it depends, right? So the base plate is a wear and tear item. So that is a bed that will gradually be carved into the more and more that you cut all the way through your material. You can flip your base plates around. You can add different base plates as you go. So you'll notice on the camera right now that there's sort of the light brown MDF directly below the metallic stock. That is a removable piece of spoil board that you can machine through and replace, pretty frequently as you need. But as long as you can get a good fixed mounting point, you can really carve into it and use it a lot. You'll see the darker gray. That's the actual bed of the CNC, which is also like an MDF material. So carving into that bed will not really damage your bits too badly there. So you don't want to replace that one as frequently because it's a little bit more costly. And really you want to put your thinner sheets of MDF on top to prevent you from carving into your main bed. But these are wear and tear items that will gradually need to be replaced as you carve into it pretty frequently there. Yeah, that top sheet of material is a 3mm piece of MDF that was cut specifically to go on the spoil board of the Carvera Air. And you can certainly make your own custom spoil board as you go. So as you can see in the camera here, we are machining the tag. You can see that the V-bit is actually machining in this bicolor stock, the design there. And Roloff, I'm going to bring it back on here if you want to add anything to that there.
Yeah, so we just about finished on the engraving side of things. Obviously, there's a little bit of dust now because I don't have the dust shoe applied. So there will be a little bit of dust. I'll just vacuum that up. Maybe if we have time permits, maybe we can do another one with the dust shoe. But I think we might run into problems there. So basically, so it's done. So it's going back to home position now. And now it's asking me to change to tool 2. So I'm going to go back here, change this to tool 2.
Yep.
Which is,
and the viewers will see that the light's now flashing 2 LEDs there to show that it's a different tool on top.
Yeah. Sorry, let me just find that bit. Oh, here it is. So now I'm just using this lever. I'm putting in the new tool that I set up. And I'll hit confirm on the top here. I'll do a little, let's go back to this guy. I'll do a little cleanup over here.
And I'm seeing some folks are asking about the vacuum. So Roloff is using a Makita shop vac, but you can hook up any vacuum that you'd like or any type of dust collection system to the Carvera Air. There's not really a proprietary option there. You can just fit whichever one you want in that port. So here we go. Final machining here. So it's going to first just machine the small hole at the top of the tag. And you could also use a drill bit for this. But because we are doing manual tool changes, we wanted to use the least amount of bits as possible. So we're just using a single flute bit to both drill the hole and also do the outer contour cut, which you'll see now. So this is it working around the perimeter there of actually cutting the tag out as we go. So again, you could use a wide range of bits depending on the material that you're using or the types of cuts. And while we're going through that kind of quickly tonight, we really recommend that you check out some of our more tutorial videos, like how to choose the right stock, how to choose the right bits, how to set the right feeds and speeds and things like that. So certainly dive in a little bit deeper after tonight if you're getting a good crash course right now. All right. I think we're there, Roloff. That looks pretty good.
Yeah. Let me just give this a little clean. And let me pop this out. Look at that. Nice sanding. And that's the let me just grab it there. And there is our Carvera Air tag. So it's a small part. Obviously, it's just an example. I saw people commenting they want to see aluminium being molded, but that's quite a long video. Like any aluminium job usually takes some time. Or any metal job, let's say that, and any bigger parts, that'll take like a lot more time. And we don't want to sit here and just watch a machine mold, although some of us might want to. That'll take time.
For sure. And listen, folks, again, I think our main goal was to show you the whole process of going from CAM to loading it to then getting your bits installed, getting your stock installed to make a real product in, realistically just under 10 minutes there. But listen, check out our YouTube video for more content and stay tuned because we do have some really cool solid metal projects like this made with either the older machine, the Carvera, which is still our more industrial machine, and a lot more content coming out for the Carvera Air. So stay tuned.
And I think Jason, like if this is our first live stream, if this goes well, we can obviously look at doing this in the future and maybe going to a little bit more complex
I just
projects.
think we need these positive comments to keep coming in. Keep giving us these positive comments, folks, and we'll be back. We'd love.
They're making me feel good.
Although maybe we'll have to do the next one. I think the next one we might have to do on your time zone, Roloff. It's a little bit early for you on.
I will appreciate that. That would be great.
All right. So folks, listen, let's talk about our next favorite accessory. And one of the last accessories we're going to talk about before we talk about our factory tour, the quality control, the warranty services, and then of course, give away some Carvera Airs. So stay tuned because we have about 15 minutes or so left for tonight. And that is the fourth axis module. So the fourth axis is an accessory that existed for the Carvera, and it's an accessory that exists for the Carvera Air, as you can see here. So the fourth axis simply mounts directly to the bed. And Roloff, why don't you describe what the fourth axis could do for our viewers here?
Yeah. So this is just an example that I mold on this machine. So I'm just going to pause it over here just to run through what this is. So this is a harmonic-driven fourth axis. So what this means is it's a very high torque system compared to our older version, which also had high torque, but in bigger. If you want to make bigger stock, use denser materials, harder materials, then this fourth axis is a lot more durable. And so what I'm milling here as an example is just a Nefertiti. It's out of epoxy tooling board, but you're not limited to any materials on this too. You can do aluminums, you can do obviously epoxy, you can do woods, you can do brass, you can do very complex shapes like Jason's showing there. And then you can do small details, you can do larger things too. you're limited to just under 10 centimeters, which is quite a thick piece of stock you can actually mount in there. And then in a width of 20 centimeters, maybe you can just translate that to inches, Jason. So basically what you'll do if you mill on the 4th axis, what you're going to do is you first do a roughing pass. So that takes away the bulk material of just as an offset to your model. And then, so that's basically what it's doing here. If I play this is now just doing a roughing. So if I go back to the start, you'll see it's a square block stock, and then it just cuts off the bulk of the material to like almost the correct detail. And then after that, you go to a finishing pass, which clears up the model, and then that brings it to the finished model that you require. And obviously this.
Sorry, Roland. I was just going to say it's really important to point out that it's not a lathe. It can act like a lathe, but it's actually doing index machining. So you'll notice that it's not just continuously spinning, right? But it's spinning to the exact right spot, as Roloff just paused it there to show you that it's not making a symmetrical part.
Yeah. Oh, the time lapse might be a little bit confusing, but it doesn't spin this fast. So it's a very slow movement in the 4th axis. So this stock is spinning very slowly, and then the tool is actually what is removing the removing the stock. So over here, I'm going to the finishing pass, and you'll see it runs from the one side just to clear up and get all that fine details of whatever you're milling.
For sure. And to answer the questions from folks in the States here, it's about 3.5 inches by 8 inches maximum, just under 8 inches. So 3.6 inches by 7.9. I think that material that's shown right there is about a 4-inch piece of material in length, and about 3 inches or so in diameter.
Yeah. So that's just the time lapse of the 4th axis. I actually have one here, if we can pop over to my screen. And just to show you what this looks like, this is the 4th axis. So this you will actually mount right into, with some screws and some alignment pins, you actually mount this right onto the bed. And then that plugs into a plug at the back there. You'll see there's 2 plugs at the back here. The one on the left is the one for the 4th axis, and the one on the right is an auxiliary plug that for future updates we can use for some other things.
Yeah, and I think with that, Roloff, I think folks are excited about the 4th axis, and it's time for our second giveaway. Does that sound like the right thing?
I think that's exactly what we do.
All right, folks. So get you ready on your keyboards, because we're going to give away a 4th axis now, just like we did on the laser. So in a minute, we're going to show you a keyword that you have to enter in the chat, spelled exactly correctly, if you'd like to win a free 4th axis.
Yeah, check the spelling. What are we saying? Hashtag
4th. Ready, steady, 4th. Hashtag 4th.
Just 4th.
Just 4th.
Hashtag 4th.
We're going to keep this one simple.
Yeah. Hashtag 4th. Are you guys ready? Let's go. There's already a 1 entry. Someone. There we go. Okay, it's coming in.
There we go.
Oh, we almost got 350 people on the stream right now. That's quite amazing. It's thank you for being here, everybody. Yeah, and indeed. I think I saw people all over the world commenting. We have from Australia, that side of the world, obviously a bunch of US people. We have China online. So many people all over the world. That's so great, and so excited.
Indeed. Looking good. Awesome. So I think how we got going here? 179, still counting. It's going up. I see a lot of folks are entering more than once, but we're still going up here. Let's see. How many?
It only takes your entry once. Yeah.
Yeah. You guys can only enter once. Sorry about that. But
I mean, you can try. Yeah. Okay. We almost at 200. I think the YouTube has. Yeah, I think the YouTube has like an 8-second delay. So I think we've given them more than 8 seconds there.
There we go. All right. Nope. Chat's going really well. Looking good. I think we are good to go there, Roloff. Let's see. Who wins the 4th axis? Do we get another drum roll?
5. Let's go. Drum roll.
All right.
Trenders.
Congratulations, top trenders.
Yeah. Congratulations. You just won a 4th axis module. What you're going to have to do is you just screenshot your YouTube account details and then email us at makera.com. Makera info@makeera.com, and then we will arrange your shipment of your fourth axis module.
Fantastic.
Great.
Fantastic. All right. Congratulations. That's really cool. Nice. So fourth axis given away. We've given away the laser module too. So I guess all that's left is an actual air, but we're gonna hold off. We're gonna hold off on that. We have a couple more things to chat about before we give away our final prize and our biggest prize. And that is answering a lot of your questions about quality, warranty, support. So you got to hear from Josh Jang earlier on, the founder and CEO, and you kind of saw a sneak peek of the factory here. But I want to share a little bit more of a detailed walkthrough of how the Carvera Air is manufactured, how it's tested, the quality control, because that's something that Makeera as a company, we take a lot of pride into. And we do have a full coverage, extensive 1-year warranty that covers every single part of your machine. We have excellent customer support, which is either usually Roloff or sometimes myself if it's a training question. And Roloff does a pretty great job if I do have to say so. And of course, we are there to help you find your way and send any spare parts and things like that that you need along your journey. And this is something that's not new to us. We've been doing this now for a number of years with our other machine, the Carvera, and we're excited to bring that in.
If I could just add something to that, to the support, what you said. We have a very active Discord community as well, which is very helpful. So obviously, if the support is maybe delayed by a day or so, there's always a bunch of people on our Discord servers willing to help. We really appreciate these people, and they're just same people like we are. They're just makers that want to share their knowledge on CNC machines. And if there's anything. So I really recommend joining the Discord group. It is a really, you can learn quite a lot on there too, because there's newbies on there and there's very advanced CNC machinists on there too. So that's just a recommendation from my side.
Fantastically, a great recommendation for sure there, Rolf. Couldn't agree more. So what you're seeing it now is an inside of the Makeera factory. You'll see that we have a lot of our parts laid out, different stages of our manufacturing process, as you'll see. So we have a lot of different stations, folks that are dedicated to doing a single task along the way. So really highly specialized and trained in what they do, and tolerance testing every step of the way to make sure that the machining process with this new solid metal frame is up to par, everything's square, and you're getting the level of precision that you need from it. So that way, when it arrives to you, you can start machining right out of the box. And we use closed loop stepper motors for the Carvera Air in comparison to the closed loop servo motors in the Carvera, with our own controller board that we've designed now that runs on open source firmware. And we also test these machines before they get packaged through a series of different motion testing, manufacturing testing, calibration testing, pinpoint testing, make sure that everything's aligned and operating 100% as it should be again before it's packaged and before it goes out to you. And one thing that we spent a lot of time designing for the Air was the packaging, because we are shipping it in a cardboard box instead of a wood crate to make it a little bit easier to ship across the world. So we spent a lot of time dropping these boxes, trying to crush these boxes, shipping them on to different contacts and things all over the world to test how they arrived and make sure that they arrived and out of the box fully functioning. And that's what Makeera has been doing the last few months since the Kickstarter campaign was fully funded. And that's why we are super excited that these Airs are now on sale and ready to go. In terms of timeline, I see quite a few questions. So the Kickstarter backers are in the process of being fulfilled. So we're sending out machines to our Kickstarter backers in the waves that we've promised. And we are excited that into the new year, we're going to be able to start to deliver these pre-sales as well. So over the coming weeks, just stay tuned for more updates as things like that. So as we can drill down on the shipment dates and things like that, once you order, you'll be notified from our team and you'll be up to date on when those things are going out. And listen, I also know that we didn't get a chance to answer every question about shipping and things. And if you have questions on that, please just email us at info@makeera.com. Send a question to our team. If you're running into any ordering things like that, our folks can help you through your orders and answer any of those questions specific to you or your region or whatever it is that you're trying to do. But again, as we've mentioned a couple times throughout tonight, Makeera is really a company of makers, striving to create one of the most versatile and exciting machines for makers. Again, the Carvera Air is our new machine, and we're really excited to be able to provide such a versatile and affordable machine for what it can do. And again, it's out there, it's on the way, it's being shipped, and we have a number of them out in the world, and more coming soon. to all of our exciting and new users. And as Roloff said, I do have to again echo on that. The Discord channel, check it out. Discord. We have Facebook groups. You can find those links on our website and on our wiki site. And we have just a fantastic. We're really fortunate to have such a fantastic maker community. Somebody asked earlier, Roloff, I don't know if you saw, kind of the chat's going by so quickly. And I would pull it up on the screen, but it's gone. So there's no way I can find it. But somebody asked earlier if we ever considered kind of starting like a file sharing site or something like that.
We have actually discussed that. To share models, to share designs.
For sure. And I want to show two things. One, in the Discord group and the Facebook groups, folks are sharing design files and models all the time, right? So it's a really great community that's constantly sharing files, as well as different settings and things like that. And one thing that we've been working on the last few months is our knowledge sharing page, which is on our wiki site, which is at the moment just us. It's usually Roloff or I creating tutorial videos, content. A lot of these focus more on the Carvera, although we have a ton of Carvera Air content coming out in the coming weeks. And for any one of our videos that you find where we show you how to create an awesome thing, if you scroll down a little bit, you also get the files for that. So all the files are always shared across all the projects that we do. And I know that I have a lot of educators in here as well. So we're also creating a lesson plan series, which at the moment we have one public lesson with a few more on the way. And these lesson plans not only give you the files and the designs, but also gives you assessment rubrics, pacing, standards for instruction, and all the instructional resources you need to bring subtractive manufacturing in the classroom. But listen, we as a company are always striving to improve. So if we have some really talented and excited users who are interested in being part of this and sharing files and engaging with their community, we're always looking to expand. So please feel free to reach out to us and share your ideas with us on how we can continue to support you more. Because I think this is just one exciting step towards where we really want this to grow to as our user base continues to grow with our Carvera CNCs out there in the world.
Thanks, Jason. Yeah, that is exciting, and we have so many plans to obviously increase what we do as a company, which the file sharing is one of it. We have other ideas as well, different machines also. So stay tuned. Makera is not done with the Carvera Air. There will be more to come. And I don't want to say too much, but there's definitely, we're thinking about things to come in the future.
For sure. And all that really does come on the feedback that we get from all of our users like you. So keep telling us these ideas. We love to hear it because we're an exciting company that's continuing to grow. And I think let's just keep the excitement going. Are we ready for our big giveaway here, Roloff?
I think it's about time. Our goal was like an hour in. I think let's do this.
Let's go, folks. So listen, this is the big moment. This is the moment where we're going to give away maybe one Carvera Air desktop CNC with a keyword. So get on your keyboards. Get ready for this keyword, folks. Hashtag Carvera Air, all lowercase. Carvera Air.
Carvera Air. Are you guys ready?
Ready, set, go.
Go. Let's give this some time.
Somebody said hashtag let Roloff sleep. I think that's good. That'll be the next giveaway.
I saw one person commenting, if he doesn't win the machine, can he win a factory tour?
Listen, I think we love it. If you're in the area, reach out. Let us know.
Yeah. We love people. We love the people that use our machines, and we love to see what you make with your machines. Like Josh also said in his video, it's exciting for us to see what people do with their machines. We have so many different people. We have people in prototyping. We have people in production. We have people in in crafts. There's so many things you can do with a machine. Yeah.
And that's really what defines our brand. We are versatile CNC machines for makers, and that's the versatility. It's if you want to machine metal, you can. Woods, plastics, carbon fibers, PCBs. We have a ton of PCB makers in our community, which is great. And then if you're like me and you just want to make all sorts of things, it's also just a really well-suited machine. How many do we have here? 242. Roloff, I think is that enough to give 2 Carvera Airs away? I think it is.
Yeah, I think we can do that.
All right. Well,
let's see if we can pump up these numbers. Yeah. Are you ready to draw? Are you guys ready?
251, 252. Let's go, folks. I think there's 2 Carvera Airs going out there in the world. 250. I have to lean forward because it's that late at night here. 256.
Let's hit it on 260. I'm going to hit it on 260.
All right, here we go.
Slow down now. Let's go.
Carvera Air number 1 goes to... My drum timing's off. But
Ivan Rivera.
Congratulations. You just won
Congratulations.
a Carvera Air. Fantastic.
That is exciting.
Ivan.
That's a prize worth $2,099 you just won. That's amazing.
Indeed, indeed. But wait, we do have one more. I wasn't kidding. I did say it live, so we have to do it. So we have one more Carvera Air that's ready to go. Let's draw again. You don't have to enter again. We already have you here. Let's draw.
We already have you here. Let's just draw this again. While we're here, let's just draw it one more time. Drawing again. We have entries 276. It's 267 entries. Let's draw again for our second Carvera Air machine. Omar Chavez.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Another winner. So again, to
Great.
both of our winners and the winners earlier today, Roloff, what do they have to do to win their prize there?
They have to just screenshot their YouTube account details so we can just know it's you, and just email that to info@makera.com, and then we will arrange your machine or your other gifts shipped out to you as soon as possible.
And again,
so exciting.
So exciting.
Congratulations, guys. Yeah.
So
I'm excited to see. I also wonder if these people already ordered one. Are they Kickstarter? Are they getting a second one? I don't know. We'll see. But that is super excited.
We shall see. So listen, folks, I think with that, let's take a couple closing thoughts here. And the first one is a massive thank you to the 370 people who joined us here live and who are with us right now throughout the evening. I really enjoyed it, or morning, depending on where you are in the world, like Roloff there. I really enjoyed it. I know that Roloff really enjoyed it, and we've been chatting with our team here, and I know that they really enjoyed it as well. So listen, thank you so much for joining us for this live pre-sale event, the official launch of the Carvera Air. It's a game-changing desktop CNC machine that's going to open up CNC and subtractive manufacturing to so many users, which is, I think, what really makes us beyond excited. Couple key reminders: the pre-sale prices that we mentioned tonight, the $2,099 for the Carvera Air, the $120 for the laser module, and I have to confirm the price here because I haven't quite remembered it. The the 4th axis module is $399 pre-sale price. Those prices are only good until just early into the new year, right? So those prices are only going to be around for a little bit longer here before we go to our full retail prices. So you still have time to take advantage of that. But the vouchers, those discount vouchers, they're only going to be available until midnight tonight, and you have to use your voucher by December 31st before the new year. So make sure that you read those details. Make sure you get the best possible deal that you can if you choose to buy a Carvera Air or any of the other accessories. And as I mentioned a couple times tonight, you can find out a lot more information about all these things at makera.com, including way more extensive tutorials, guides, specs that we didn't have time to really dive into. So make sure you check all that out if you want to learn more.
Thank you, Jason. That sounds great. I think we've touched on everything. Thank you for watching the stream. Thank you to everybody. Obviously, thank you to all our backers. We're so excited to have you guys and be part of this community. And thank you for, just listening to us and looking at us explain our new machine. And we're excited. And the pre-sale is live. One more time, the pre-sale is live. So the quicker you order, the quicker you'll get your machine.
Indeed.
So thank you, everybody. And I think that's us.
It for tonight. I think we can say goodbye, but it's not goodbye forever. If you have questions, send us an email, info@makera.com. Reach out. If you have questions about anything, we are here to support you tonight in your future journey for subtractive manufacturing. So cheers, everybody. Take care, stay well, and stay tuned for more coming in just a little bit. Bye, everyone.
Thank you. Bye-bye.